everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of The Pitch with Fox, Beatoms, and Mitch. I'm your host, John Fox, alongside here with Beatoms and Mitch Sabatelli. Now, as all you guys can see, we have a new layout in the back of us. You know, we switched things up. We got a new channel layout, so go check that out. So, all right.
Looks very nice.
Yes, it does. Moving on to our first topic, it's top stories of the week. Wade Phillips, number one. Wade Phillips fired and Jason Garrett promoted as the Cowboys head coach. Thoughts on this?
Well, Wade Phillips is a complete dumbass. Everybody knows he's a dumbass. Ever since they hired him in 2007, this move is way overdue. He's the worst coach in the league, and Jason Garrett's been the best coach in that team for a solid 3 years now. And finally, it's way overdue. If they made this move at the start of the season with that kind of roster and with Des Bryant and Tony Romo, if he was healthy, I think they could have been a better record right now. But this move's way overdue.
I agree. I mean, I think in the offseason this should have been done.
Yeah.
They should have hired someone, like a Bill Cowher or something. I mean, you don't really want either one of these guys.
Exactly. Well, no, Jason Garrett's pretty solid.
I mean, he's okay, but he's not going to win them a Super Bowl. Sure. I don't think he will.
What?
But I mean, I've been saying this all year. They need to run the ball.
Yeah.
They need to utilize that running game,
yeah.
and they haven't done that. And if Garrett will do that, then he's going to be successful.
He's a good offensive coordinator. And everybody, if you saw a couple years ago, the Cowboys were featured on Hard Knocks. Even if you're not a huge sports fan, if you're flipping through the channels and you saw Wade Phillips, he talks dumb, he looks dumb. He's just not a very good coach. He has bad schemes against defenses.
He reminds me of like a redneck.
He can't win the playoffs. He has a 1-5 record in the playoffs, and now Brad Childress, or Chili now his nickname, he has a new title as the worst coach in the league.
Yeah, and I mean, I really don't think this is going to change much because it's still Jerry Jones' team.
It is Jerry Jones' team.
I mean, it doesn't matter who the head coach is.
I think that's why he wanted to keep him there, so he looks like more like...
I mean, unless he gets like a head coach that is already established, it's just going to be Jerry Jones running the team, and they're not going to be successful.
Exactly.
All right, moving on to our next top story. Matt Stafford is possibly done for the rest of the season, along with Stephen Gostkowski. Thoughts on this, Brian?
Well, Stafford, it hurts him more than it hurts the team, in my opinion.
It does, yeah.
Because Sean Hill has been great this season.
Exactly.
I mean, he's proven that he can still play and that he can win.
Uh-huh.
Gostkowski, I think, hurts the Patriots a lot.
Oh,
because,
huge blow.
I mean, he's one of the best kickers in the league. And without, they signed
Shane Graham.
But, I mean, that's a huge step down.
Yeah. Shane Graham, if people remember, he was a Pro Bowler a couple years back. I don't know why he really doesn't have a job. He's actually a very good kicker. He's one thing he's not good at. Stephen Gostkowski is one of the best kickers at getting touchbacks. No. Everybody always starts their drive at the 20. Shane Graham's not very good at touchbacks. He can't get the ball that far, but he's a very accurate kicker. And
accurate, yes.
A big test against Pittsburgh, against that D. He's probably getting a lot of field goal chances. It's going to be a big test for Shane Graham. And I think he's not a bad option if Gostkowski goes down.
Oh no, he's not a bad option at all.
Stafford, on the other hand, I like what you said, how it hurts him more. But Sean Hill, he helped him. I think Calvin Johnson has done better with Sean Hill. Same with Jabba Best. And also Sean Hill, if he does good here, that could help him in the future trying to find another job. Keep him going. Stafford's the starting quarterback of the future, but Sean Hill,
he could go to Oakland and be the instant starter.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, look for the Lions to be a huge spoiler coming down. They're a pretty good, talented team, and Dominic Sue looks like the rookie of the year. They have a solid offense too, and they play some good teams down the stretch. I think Sean Hill could have a lot of spoilers right here.
And just to clear up, what I meant by hurting Stafford, it hurts his development as a quarterback.
Exactly.
He's going to lose all that experience in a year. Confidence maybe, but he knows it's his team.
Yeah, true. But it's going to make him come back with more of a fire next year. And I think you might see the offense do better. But it also hurts the chemistry between Stafford and Calvin Johnson, which is the 1-2 pair for a long time.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to our final top story. The Boston Celtics defeat the Miami Heat. They're 2-0. This is the second time they've beaten them this year. Thoughts on this?
Well, if anybody saw Paul Pierce's Twitter, check out Paul Pierce's Twitter. That was wicked funny. He says, I took my talents down to South Beach and off to Memphis. That's a huge jab at LeBron. But that was a great game. I love that game. One thing I noticed about the Heat is they're a very boring team. Chris Bosh is not getting things done over there at
Everyone's
all.
successful. 5
Yeah.
and 4.
Did you see Rono's dunk? Chris Bosh did nothing. Chris Bosh was walking around. Rono had one of the best dunks of his career. He had a huge dunk. And Chris Bosh didn't stop him at all.
It looked like they were playing a college team.
Yeah. Well, the Heat they made a little run at the end, but
Yeah, but I'm talking about the dunk specifically.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, he just ran straight up the middle and dunked it. I mean,
yeah. The Heat. One thing is their lack of bigs.
Yes.
Dwight Howard's going to go off. I mean, the Heat beat Dwight Howard, but when if it's a seven-game series against the Celtics or Orlando, I don't know how they're going to do this. I mean, Joel Anthony's not very good. So Jordan Silgauskas is not a physical big at all, and Chris Bosh plays off the ball. He's not physical at all. I don't know how they're going to stop any of these guys inside.
I don't think anyone expected the Heat to be 500.
Yeah,
500 team.
I didn't.
I mean, I didn't think they were as good as everyone thought because the chemistry's not there. And,
Yeah.
they'll admit that themselves. They did yesterday.
Yep.
But I mean, they're a very overrated team because once you get by,
They might be a little overrated. Yeah.
Once you get by the big three for them, it's not the greatest team.
Yeah, Eric Spoelstra is getting a lot of heat right now, but I mean, it's not really his fault. This team brought it on themselves, and LeBron brought it on himself. But one good thing is Mike Miller is coming back in Christmas instead of February like it was originally thought. But this team needs to find a way to get inside of the rim. Dwayne Wade can get into the rim. LeBron James can get to the rim. They had a lot of jump shots, and they need to get to the rim to be able to score. Mike Miller, he's going to be another open shooter, but I don't know. They need somebody to free LeBron and Wade in to get to the basket and score. And
I'm going to say something that you're probably going to disagree with.
Okay.
But I think them getting LeBron James hurt them more than it helped them. Because they could have used that money to sign a big man and then someone else to fill LeBron's spot.
Well, if you get LeBron James to your team, you're not a worse team at all. LeBron James
No. From what they had when they signed him, they are better.
Yeah.
But they could have got another big man and someone else for the money they gave
I
LeBron.
think if they were looking for a Chris Bosh, I think they should have went after a David Lee or an Amari Stoudemire instead of a Chris Bosh. Somebody who's a more physical player down low.
But not
Chris
even
Bosh is too finesse.
Not even that. They could have got two solid big men.
Yeah.
Have Bosh and then someone else, and then had a solid forward too.
Yeah, I think getting LeBron was fine. I mean, the chemistry issues were there, but one thing they needed to get Chris Bosh to get LeBron to Miami. That was the only reason he came. If he just had Wade, I don't think he would have went there.
I know.
But with Bosh, that was the reason. But that's gonna hurt them down the stretch without having a big man.
I think that's their only downfall. I mean, they are a good team.
Yeah.
But they can't stop the inside. And
Exactly.
All right, now we got a fan question. Callie from Detroit asked us if Boston is the most dominant team in the East. Brian, take it away.
I think they are. I think they're the team to beat. I mean, I've been saying it all along pretty much. The Celtics are still there.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking over the Celtics, but I mean, they're doing pretty well this season. They still have the chemistry, and that's something that a lot of the teams in the East don't have.
Not a homer thing here, but Rondo is looking like an MVP player. The way he penetrates and ways he finds is even better than any other year. His shooting's going up a little bit, and he's finding everybody perfectly. He's one of the best. He is the best passer in the league, I think. And yeah, I think Boston's the most dominant team right now. I think what you're going to see is the Celtics. They're going to try to get a big lead in the first half. Then they're going to have the games go down. People are going to all say, "Oh, the Celtics are falling apart," but that's going to be what they're going to do. As you can see, every game they usually switch off Jermaine O'Neal and Shaq. They always make up a fake injury, but they want everybody healthy. That's one thing about the Celtics. If they lose a player, other people can step up. If Miami loses a player, they're screwed. If Dwight Howard leaves Magic, they're screwed. But I really like Orlando. I like Atlanta. I know they lost 3 games in a row, but I still like Atlanta. Orlando, I think, is a very good team. I like Chicago. Chicago's doing very good. Luol Deng's proven to be a terrific scorer with Derrick Rose. Add Carlos Boozer halfway through. I like them too. But I think what you're going to see is the Heat. When they're playing bad teams, they're going to win a lot of games. When they're playing good teams, it's going to be tough to win.
Going back to what you said about the Celtics with the Jermaine O'Neal thing.
Yeah.
If he goes down, they still got Glenn Davis, Shaq, and Perkins will be back.
Perkins is their best defensive post person, and they don't even have him yet.
I know, he's not even going to be a
starter. Guess who
starter.
comes back too? Delonte West.
Yeah.
After 10 games. The 10 games are over. Delonte West is back.
I mean,
that's another scoring option.
They're going to be a very hard team to beat.
Him and Nate coming off the bench for defensive purposes and energetic purposes with Baby, they're a really good team.
All right, now we get some information from our producer Scott right now. He says that David Lee could miss a few games, just to top us off with the top stories right there. So that's going to be all we have for top stories, and we're going to go on a short break right now. Coming up next, we have much more. We have NHL, we have MLB,
That's a big
we have NFL, we have everything. Yeah.
They're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
But
All right, so we'll see you when we get back.
all right.